And what is up, world? You are in tune to the Know It All podcast with your usual suspects. I mean, we're all here. The game is all here. Big Tate, what's popping, man? How you doing, Tate?
What's good, man? I'm doing good, man. You know, we just was doing another show on the Steelers Network, and Big G, of course, got his hot takes, man. He put your boy Zeke in at number 19 ranked running back in the league, man.
Sounds about
Disrespect.
right. Sounds about right. Until he got to prove it. Zeke got some stuff to prove this year. I think he was hurt all of last year, so I can't say that him being hurt him. But I can also say that,
All
man,
that, all that, all
you
that
got to
matters
prove it.
is Zeke. Zeke got top three money at the running back position.
He
That's
got
all that
top
matters.
three money, but he ain't playing like he top three. You so right. You so right. Big G, what popping, man? How you doing?
Man, what's happening to the KnoItAllz crew, man? Y'all know I don't never wear my hat forwards. I always wear it backwards. But today, I got to talk that cash money, man. My Philadelphia Phillies, we got mauled today by them Diamondbacks. But check out the Phillies since we made the change to manager. We like 9-1, man, in playoff contention. So let's get it in for my Philadelphia Phillies, man.
You're like 30-30, brother. I mean,
30,
you know what I'm
30.
saying? I mean, you're like 30-30. You know,
Hey.
I'm gonna brag on a 50.
Hey.
A 50. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
We've been sucked forever, so I'm taking it while I can get it. I told Tate that pre-production. I'm bragging on the Phillies as long as I can because they might hit a streak where they trash and tanking, but right now they're getting it in. So let's go for my Philadelphia Phillies.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Definitely. You know, if you are a fan of the show, make sure that you share it with somebody. Make sure that you tell a friend that we are on. If you're not, please make sure you like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. And when we go live, definitely you will be there for you and yours. Look, I'm telling you, first and foremost, we got to start this whole thing out, man, with the NBA series that we are seeing out of the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors, man. I mean, this is a dogfight. This is a total dogfight. And each night, it just depends on which version of which player you're getting, which version of JT are you getting, which version of Clay are you getting. Steph is balling. Steph is losing his mind. You know what I'm saying? And, G made a claim, and I'm going to let him talk about it. G made a claim that, Steph may be inching his way into the top 10. If he gets MVP and they win, he may be inching his way into the top 10 of all times. And I'm gonna let G kind of clarify that. It's not really a hot take. It can be taken as a hot take, but it's not really one. But what do you guys think about this series? I'm interested to hear what Tate has to say about this series because, man, it has been a dogfight.
Hey, man, you interested in hearing what I have to say, man? Because, I'm know-it-all that know the most about basketball. You know that. True story. But, hey, man, Steph is playing out his mind. Steph could win the MVP if they win or lose. That's how good he's being above everybody else. But the Boston Celtics, man, they just don't handle success well, man. I mean, they come out game 3, take care of business. Got game 4 on their home court, can go up 3-1, up 4 points with 5 minutes left. And the whole game, the turnovers is disastrous, man. I don't think if Boston plays a clean game, if they play a clean game, game 3, 12 turnovers, they won.
Yeah.
12 turnovers or less. If they do that, Golden State don't have an answer for them, man.
Yeah.
Boston pretty much beats themselves. It's defensive mishaps where the bigs not stepping out to the line on Steph Curry, letting them walk into a 3. You got to step up to the line and jump on him and make him drive to the basket. If he get a 2, okay, that's fine. But you got to guard that line. Jaylen Brown turning it over too much, trying to dribble to the paint. And then you got Jason Tatum is just missing bunnies. He got a better percentage from 3 than he do from 2. So if Boston plays a clean game, I don't see Golden State having a chance, really. I mean, of course they got a chance, but Draymond has proved that he is washed. Thank you.
I'm talking about open up the door to the washroom, open up the washer, throw in some Tide Pods wash. That's where he is. He is straight up washed. I mean, for real, for real. Lamar Thomas said Tatum is consistently inconsistent. He shows up every other game. I mean, Lamar, let me say this. And thank you for your comment. You're always watching and you always comment. I appreciate it. But let me say this. He shows up when other people show up, right? Right now, I think, and what I mean by that is Jaylen Brown, if we were going to name a MVP for the team, G said he would turn the ball over. But if we're going to name an MVP for the playoffs for the Boston Celtics, it would be Jason Tatum. I mean, not Jason Tatum, it would be Jaylen Brown. Because Jaylen Brown's averaging the most points. Look it up. I'm telling you the truth.
By like a tenth of a point. It's not much. I mean, but
listen,
I would agree with you. But let me say this, man. Jaylen Brown get to play with one-on-one defense. Jaylen Brown back the ball up. He ISO. Every time Jason Tatum get the ball, the defense is jumping. 2 or 3 defenders on him, which is why he had so many assists in the first game. You know what I mean?
But that's why.
That.
But that's my point. That was exactly my point, Tate. You know what I'm saying? When other people get off, that's when Tatum start getting off. Because then at that point, they got to worry about everybody else right here, right? And literally, in my mind, y'all are failing him. When you don't have big games out of Williams, when you don't have a big game out of what's the other guy from Atlanta, Horford, you don't have a big game out of them, you're going to have some problems. Let's get to some of these comments real quick before we get to G. Damian Tate, which you did a good job today. I saw you on the Behind the Steel Curtain podcast. Did a really good job. You didn't say nothing crazy like G. Damian Tate said Boston beats themselves. He also said that Wiggins is Golden State number 2. I can almost agree with that. I would agree with that.
Especially.
B Dirt says Big G always trying to pull out takes out of the oven before they done cooking. Look, Big G got one for you too. Yeah, I already said he got one for you. It's cooking for you right now, B Dirt. And then Damian Tate said Smart is arguably playing the best for Boston. Smart is playing really good for Boston. I don't know that you could say that he's playing the best. I saw him get stripped a couple of times, which really frustrated me. I'm like, bro, you're the point guard. Hold on to the rock. I know he can. I saw him at Oklahoma State. Hold on to the rock, and man, he was in National Player of the Year contention. Marcus Smart is a good basketball player.
He get too happy though. He made a couple threes early. He jacked them juggers up all game, man. That's
and he
what
needs
I don't
to
like
stop.
About. Yeah, he needs to stop.
He needs to go to the rack where he's most effective and dime off. Because get this, everybody's sliding over to help or they're not. Draymond is definitely not sliding over to help. I'm gonna tell y'all something. You've been watching the games. Draymond is staying with Williams because he don't want the alley-oop falling on his head. That's what he don't want. But literally, you still look like Uncle Otis out on the court right now. You look like, the uncle that plays when he come to the family reunions. He got his shoes out there with the plastic bottoms. That's what Draymond look like right now. Draymond look like Uncle Otis. You know what I'm saying? But Big G, what you think about this series, man? Talk to us.
I mean, I agree with probably 90% of what you guys is talking about, concerning all the different issues with the Celtics. They are beating themselves. I believe that the Golden State Warriors having a golden opportunity to come through and snatch this championship, and in my mind, that will legitimate Steph as a top 10 all-time player with an MVP and a championship. But I'm going to say this about the Boston Celtics, and y'all might not see this or like I see it, but I think that Boston is having issues with identifying who their alpha male is. I think it's a fight between Jaylen and between Tatum and between Marcus Smart about who is the guy. And I think that's causing problems and issues because when they get in pivotal moments, Jaylen Brown turns the ball over, Jason Tatum misses an ill-advised bunny, and Marcus Smart, like Tate just said, is jacking up shots, and they just need to make a decision. Anytime you have a championship pedigree on a team, you identify and know who the alpha male is. I think Boston hasn't done that yet internally. We might have externally said, okay, Jason Tatum is that guy. But internally, I don't think they've identified who their guy is. And until they do that, they're in trouble to where they possibly will lose this series to the Golden State Warriors and solidify Steph Curry is a top 10 all-time great.
So you think that Steph is a legitimate top 10 right now? You think he is legitimately a top 10 player? If he does those things that you said, you think Steph Curry is a top 10 of all time?
Yep, Steph. To my rankings, my personal rankings right now, Steph Curry's number 15, all-time ranking right now. Top, he's number 15 with a chip and an MVP as a chip. Steph Curry jumps in the top 10. He jumps Julius Erving. He jumps Oscar Robertson. He jumps Moses Malone. He jumps guys. He's jumping from where he's at 15 and jumping into that 10 spot for me.
Do we jump KD?
He been jumped KD. KD's not my top 10. KD's not a top 10. What has KD done to deserve to be a top 10?
You said Steph Curry was 15. KD's not a top 15?
No, KD's like 17 or 18 to me.
Wow.
Yeah, he's 17 to 18. What has he done? He won a chip with Steph. He won a chip with Steph. I mean, that's what he's done. He got a chip with Steph. Give me something else, KD. All the rest of the years, you're going out first round. You're going out second round. You're sitting bye-bye. You're going to Cancun, chilling. You ain't got no chips. You ain't got no MVPs. Come on, KD. You're supposed to be a top guy. You get what you're supposed to get.
No, he got
Definitely
MVPs.
doing what he's supposed to do.
He got MVPs.
What MVPs KD got? Singular.
He got
not
one
plural.
MVP.
Correct. Singular, not plural.
Pre-Steph.
Pre-Steph.
Yeah. Singular. So you're supposed to be that guy. You ran the goal.
And wasn't he the MVP of the championship series when they won it?
Both of them.
Yeah.
He ran to Golden State to get Steph, to get the chip.
You
got to do what you do away from Steph.
He went to Golden State, but they went out there to Long Island, New York, wherever they met up at. They went to go recruiting.
Yeah.
B Dirt says Boston has 3 beta.
I ain't mad at that statement, man. I'm not mad at that statement. I think internally they haven't decided on who's the guy, who's the alpha. There's a struggle that, I mean, we're not privy to. I just know this because I know what goes on in locker rooms at a higher level of playing outside of high school, but it even goes on at the high school level. Until you decide on who's the guy, you're going to have issues in your locker room. And I think they got to make a decision that, to me, Tatum is the alpha. And then everybody else rock with him. I'm going to be open. I'm going to be ready to shoot when you dribble drive to the hole.
Tatum is the alpha?
Tatum's the alpha.
On the Boston Celtics?
Yes.
Just like on the KnoItAllz squad, Tate is the alpha.
Man, get up out of here, man. Get up out of here.
Damian said, I'm with Big G. KD is overrated all time.
Yes, he is.
Lamar Thomas said KD was the best player on those Golden State championships team.
He was.
He ain't my top 15. He like 17.
So wait a minute. KD has two chips, right?
Two chips, MVPs in both.
Okay. All right. And then so he has 1 MVP of the league, 2 MVPs in the playoffs of the championship games. So G, you still telling me that KD ain't top 15?
He ain't. Who's he gonna jump? If Steph's 15 and he's the ceiling, who's he gonna jump? He jumping Dr. J. He jumping Moses Malone. He jumping Oscar Robertson. Get up out of here, man. He jumping David Robinson, Akeem Olajuwon. Come on, bro. He ain't in front of none of them dudes. He ain't in front of none. Now, he's a good player.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. David Robinson ain't top 15.
No, he's not.
And I'm a Spurs fan. David Robinson is not top 15.
Wait, I thought you was a Mavericks fan.
I'm a Texas fan. You should know that, but I'm a real Spurs fan.
Anybody that run the river, and even that little dirty river down in San Antonio, he's riding with him, man. It don't matter. He circled the state of Texas, and that's it.
Hey, Big G, was he ever a Houston Rockets fan?
Yeah, he was a Rockets fan back when they beat the Knicks, and I'm still pissed off at John Starks, man.
Yep.
Ever since then,
and Stevie Franchise. I watch. You gotta put it like this. I root for.
He was talking mess to me, man.
It's Texas above everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. It's Texas above everybody, and it is what it is. Y'all cut the deck. Say what you want to say. I'm gonna put it out there. You know what I'm saying? So I love my Spurs. I love my Mavericks. I love my Rockets. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. David Robinson is not top 10. And Derrick Robinson ain't even top 15.
Hold on.
So,
This is my top
easy.
10. This is my top 10. Mike, 1. 2, Kareem. 3, LeBron. 4, Magic. 5, Larry Bird. 6, Shaq. 7, Kobe. 8, Russell. 9, Wilt. 10 is where the argument starts.
9 is where I'm gonna have to disagree.
You don't got Tim Duncan in there?
Tim Duncan would have to be at 9.
Tim Duncan would have to be at 9. He ain't better than Chamberlain. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Okay, but I still say Duncan's like 10, maybe 11.
The big fundamental is 9. Easy.
We're arguing over little penny points. We still pretty much all agree about that top 10. But I'm saying that Steph, with the chip and with the MVP, rocks to that number 10 spot, bro. He jumps all of them. All of them.
I disagree with Damian there, man, because Brown and Tatum about the same age. Brown was drafted a year before Tatum.
Yeah.
Tatum is the first team All-NBA player. He got to play like it.
That's correct.
B-Dirt, I totally agree with you. Alphas aren't appointed. They just take it. You're absolutely right on that one, buddy. And then, our nephew coming in here, jumping in here, talking about he agree with his uncle. You know what I'm saying? Don't make it feel good.
He's a diehard Boston fan. He's been with the Celtics since he was a baby.
Don't make it feel good. Talking about KD a buster. Don't make it feel good, man. Don't make it feel good at all.
He ain't no buster. He ain't a buster, but he's not top 15.
Damian said Tatum ain't ready mentally. To be an alpha, the mental part of the game, like B-Dirt said, you have to go take it, right? And when you're ready to be in that spot, nobody has to tell you to go get it. Nobody has to say, hey, the ball's coming in. You go in the huddle and say, give me the ball. It's my time. It's my time. I'm about to take over. Y'all need me. I'm going to wait my time. Like Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, all of y'all get y'all stuff, but when it's crunch time, give me the dang ball, move out my way. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do that thing.
I think some of y'all jumping on Tatum a little quick. If you remember, go back, Larry Bird in his first finals against the Rockets, 80-81. First 2 out of the first 3 games, he scored 8 points.
Correct.
Larry Bird.
But let me tell you, that's Larry Bird. And guess what? What did he do? What did he do the other those games? And what did he do right after that? I'm just gonna tell you.
We talking about a 4-game sample size in the finals right now, so I'm just saying it happens.
It does.
And Jason Tatum had no 8-point games.
No, it absolutely happens. I'm not sitting up in here saying Tatum is trash. Tatum is one of the best players we have in our league right now. You know what I'm saying?
He's top 5.
I mean, one of the best players we have in our league. I'm just saying, they ain't dropped for Tatum yet. Let's just say that they ain't dropped for him yet. But he's still purring. He's still cooing. I got some milk behind his ears. But in a minute, like Big G say, another ice cream season, he gonna be ready, man. He gonna be ready.
He has alpha DNA. And I agree with B Dirt on this one. You got it. Listen, I saw a clip the other day about money. Right now, Mike went through battles to get to the chip. Right, he had to go through Detroit. He had to go through Boston. Mike went through some stuff, right, to get to the chip. But when it came time to get the chip, his coach, Phil Jackson, told him, be that guy, but draw everybody to you and let Paxton win the game. They go to the huddle. He was like, Mike, who's open? Paxton. Get him the damn ball. And that's what's got to happen with my man Tatum. Draw it in and kick it to the guy. Kick it to the guy for the victory, right? Instead of you thinking you got to finish to win. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about Tatum is the alpha DNA. He's the guy. But he's got to do what he got to do to show that he is.
X say he's a Celtic fan, but he hates Tatum's game. I don't hate Tatum's game.
I don't hate Tatum's game at all.
I don't hate his game, X. I think that's harsh, man. I think, like I said, when it comes down to Jason Tatum, you need to understand one thing. He's really just getting his feet up under him. He finally stopped growing. Y'all don't understand. The man was growing up until last year. You know what I'm saying? So he finally stopped growing. He's getting stability with his game. He's finding out what he can do and what he can't do. You know what I'm saying? Literally, he just hadn't found that dog just yet. I mean, everybody hit a shot and turn around and yell, but that dog is something like, Ice Tray got. That's a dog. You know what I'm saying? When you you're a dog and you turn around and start talking to the fans and telling them, hey, man, y'all might as well just go home, man. Y'all might as well take y'all nachos, pop the little top on and go home.
It's like Steph saying this. It's like Steph saying this after he busted on their behind. Go to sleep, baby boy. It's over. And that's the maturation, because Steph is the alpha. Regardless of what they say on Golden State, Steph run that squad.
Y'all got to help me with this comment. What is he saying? Coach K loves eating room temperature mayonnaise. What? I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
I'll get to B-Dirt later, man. He's got an issue with
Duke.
Coach K and his representation in Duke. But we'll get to B-Dirt later.
Yeah. I get it now, B-Dirt. Okay, that was over my head for a second. I got it. But listen, I don't fault Jason Tatum for most. Steve Kerr's coaching a dang good series, man. He's coaching a dang good series. He's not just going up against the run-of-the-mill type person, man. He's sitting over there and they coaching, and they are really outdoing each other. And I think really the games are won and lost in this coaching thing, this coaching battle that we have going on. Boston's coach will put together a heck of a game plan. They'll execute it and beat them. And I'm with Tate. If they stop turning the ball over, it's a wrap. I mean, because Golden State can shoot good, but without turnovers, the turnovers are letting Golden State get back in the ball, get back in the game. Because they'll be blowing them out. They'll be up 12, 14. Then they'll just turn the ball over 4 or 5 times. It's like it doesn't make sense, but that is what you see out of young teams. Young teams play reckless with the ball. They don't understand and value every possession. Postseason is about valuing every possession. Every possession got to count. Every possession got to count. And if it doesn't, you're going to see yourself at home, like G said, you're going to be gone fishing to Cancun. That's going to happen. That's going to happen for real, for real. So we're tied up now. Now's the time. We finna see if you're about your salt. We finna see who's a real know-it-all here. Tate, who you got winning this series?
Man, I said it at the beginning, man. I'm sticking with my initial take. Boston in 6. So they got to win 2 in a row to get this done.
Boston in 6. Woo. Who you got, Big G?
The Dubs in 7 at the crib. The Dubs in 7. They win game 5. Celtics win game 6. The Dubs go to the crib and get it over with. The Dubs in 7. Steph holds up the trophy. Steph does the double trophy like this and walks his way into the top 10.
So I'm gonna be the one that I've been on. I was on the fence and I said I couldn't decide when I asked this question earlier in this series before we even started. But I'm leaning towards Boston. But I think it's Boston in 7. I think Boston wins this next game, Golden State win the next one, and then Boston will win out to close the series. I just don't feel like anybody is just going to win 2 straight. I don't feel like nobody's putting a 2 straight game together. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I just feel like that's how it's going to be. And everybody's not bringing and let me say something like this. Let me say this. Mike Brown is a liability on the bench to me, man. I mean, every time I see Steve Kerr talking to Mike Brown, I'll be like, man, don't talk to him. He ain't going to give you nothing good. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to give you nothing good. Stop talking to him. That's my thought process. Like, I mean, come on, man. Mike Brown, your liability on the bench.
They about to lose Mike Brown and they losing Kenny Atkinson. Jordan hired him to go coach Charlotte next year. So
sure did.
Two of their ACs is out of there.
Hey, I got a question to ask you guys. Yeah, I got a question to ask y'all. Is Steve Kerr top 5 coach? Ever?
Not ever. Not right ever. Now.
Right now, he is.
If he gets the chip,
ever. You got Pop. You got Phil Jackson. You got Pat Riley.
Yeah.
You got Casey Jones.
Red Auerbach.
Put Casey Jones up there.
Red Auerbach.
You got to put Red up there. And I probably
Red
What part of
Auerbach.
that?
No, KC ain't up there. No,
KC ain't up there, man. He got what? 2 chips? 2 chips.
That's it. You got
I mean, he
Pat
got more
Riley.
than that.
No, he don't.
Bird only won 3. The first one was with Bill Fitch.
Correct.
The second 2 was
Correct.
with Casey
Okay,
Jones.
right.
Correct.
You're right.
Correct.
You're right.
So you got Pat Riley, Auerbach, Pop,
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson. Okay. Well, now what's the next guy? I'm just asking.
It got to be somebody like Don Nelson, maybe.
What did Don Nelson? He got chips?
I'm saying he just got a lot of wins, man. A lot of he revolutionized the game, the offensive, the small ball. He was kind of the birth of that, the grandfather of that. I'm not saying he is, but he definitely in the discussion for the next 5.
Yeah. I agree, Sweet, for sure.
Lamar, I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, let's put it out there real quick. Lamar got a birthday coming up Tuesday. Next time for we on. Happy 50th, cuz. Lamar about to be the big 5-0.
Yeah, cuz. Happy
birthday, Lamar. Happy birthday. Damian Tate, D. Tate said Spoelstra.
I like Spoelstra, but I don't know if I put in top 5 all time right now.
Over Kirbich? Spoelstra over Kirbich?
Yeah.
No.
I think Spoelstra better with
Spoelstra over Kirbich?
Spoelstra got 3 though, don't he?
But look what happened 2 years before this year.
But wait a minute, don't Spoelstra got 3?
State completely fell off. Spoelstra got 2. He been 3.
Who got the one with D Wade and Shaq?
Pat Riley got the chip. Yeah.
Okay. But like I said, look what happened to Golden State the past couple years before this year. Trash. Spoelstra will never let go. He like Mike Tomlin. He will never let the Miami Heat play down that far down. He won't. I got to go Spoelstra over Kerr.
Yeah. Because the Warriors was trash when they had all them injuries. They was trash. Yeah. Courage is up there, man.
That's how they got Wiseman and Kuminga and all them other, Curry is up there, but I'm putting Spoelstra over. I ain't saying neither one of them top 5 though. I'm probably missing somebody I'm not thinking of, but so but we got the top 4 for sure.
Yeah.
I want to ask y'all a question.
Chuck Daly. Definitely missing
there you
Chuck
go.
Daly.
There you go.
Okay, so that's what we missed. Daly, top 5. There it is.
Mine did a Google check or something. Chuck Daly is coming.
Listen,
close
I was remembering Detroit. I'm thinking powerhouses, and I was remembering Detroit, and I was like, man, who was Detroit's coach during all them runs?
Chuck Daly. Yeah, close the chest.
Totally slipped my mind. He was the first dream team coach and everything.
No, he didn't. Oh,
Mike Fratello.
Mike Fratello.
Oh, no, man. Come on, the Atlanta Hawks never got out of the second round. Come on, man.
So let me ask you a question.
Fratello was arguably better in Cleveland than he was in Atlanta.
I got a question now. Doc Rivers, Steve Kerr.
Kirbich.
I probably got to go Kerr.
Kirbich. Yeah, Steve Kirbich. For sure. Doc got 1 chip with Boston. He ain't there. What?
One
they
chip.
going to the second round.
He done lost the most 3-1 leads in NBA history.
Yeah, come on, man.
Doc is a good coach and players love him, but Doc kind of be choking up in that big moment. I thought about Lenny Wilkins.
Yeah, Lenny maybe.
He got 1 chip, and he was the all-time winner.
X said Doc over Steve Kerr.
Never.
See,
never.
But see now what Xavier's saying, Doc is OG to him. We went way back to coach. He probably never seen coach. He probably saw Phil Jackson, but he don't know nothing about Pat Riley coaching. Probably not. Who else we say? Popovich.
Chuck Daly.
Chuck Daly. Pop been around his whole life.
Well, let's say
Phil
this.
Jackson.
And X just took the words out of my mouth. X, you just don't know. I'm about to show that comment. But we forgot about Rudy Tomjanovich. You know what I'm saying? Rudy T got 2 of them down there in Houston. He went back to back. But X just said something that I think because I seen an interview about this the other night. We forget that Warrior team was put together by Mark Jackson.
Oh yeah, there's truth to that. There's a lot of truth to that.
He did. But then Steve Kerr made the necessary tweaks. Though Mark Jackson had Draymond come off the bench. Steve Kerr gave Draymond a more expanded role, which kind of opened up the offense and gave them a better defensive presence too. So, I mean, Mark Jackson deserved credit, definitely, but Steve Kerr took it on the top. Just like, sometimes you need a different voice, just like with Tony Dungy and John Gruden, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, I tell y'all too, one of the most underrated coaches of all time, and all the panel will know this, but I don't know if our listeners, some of them young ones won't know, Billy Cunningham. Billy Cunningham
Philadelphia
was an
76ers.
outstanding coach for the Philadelphia 76ers, man. They went to chips years in a row, 4, 5, 6 chips in a row. They just couldn't beat the Lakers. They win every year. Billy Cunningham was a nasty coach.
You gotta love D Tate, man. D Tate say some stuff, but man, listen, Doug Collins need to go somewhere and do what he's doing right now on the golf course.
He put together the Bulls. He put them together.
Yeah, listen, come on, man. Doug Collins needs to go sit down somewhere.
Jerry Krause put them together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then here's the thing about Doug Collins. Doug Collins' mentality was like, hey, man, just give Jordan the ball. He wasn't doing no coaching, man. He was just out there saying, hey, man, just give him the ball. And then Phil Jackson was like, hey, no, we're not going to give you the ball. And that changed the whole dynamic of who the Bulls were, that triangle. Yes, sir. Yeah. He put that triangle offense together, and it was over with.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. I know you didn't say that. The Warriors will be champions regardless of who was coaching. That's not absolutely true. That's not an absolute truth. That's not an absolute truth at all. That's not same as Mark Jackson. I don't, man. I wouldn't give him that though. I wouldn't give him that.
I'm not giving Mark Jackson all kind of credit. He was the coach when they was coming up. You know what I mean? He was a good coach, but Steve Kerr took him over the top.
And that was a great. The thing about Mark Jackson, and I think that makes him a good coach, and he's on the upper echelon of the list, is that he saw the vision of Steph Curry being able to change the NBA. I think Steph Curry revolutionized the NBA. I think he did.
Everybody was going on Mark Jackson's hot take when he was coach of the Warriors. He said that Curry and Klay Thompson was the best shooting backcourt of all time. He was early on that before they was even getting any kind of recognition.
And you know what Steph said. I just seen a recent interview with Steph, and Steph was saying that he cared about Steph to the point to where when he was going through contract stuff, he pulled him out of practice and let him go call his agent and was like, hey, man, talk to your agent, get this. And he said he would just stop and he would talk to him and tell him, hey, man, I have the utmost confidence. See, what people don't understand, Steph Curry is a product of people believing in him. You know what I'm saying? People gave him shots when he wasn't supposed to get shots. It was one of those things where right time, right place, right environment for him to become Steph Curry. He became the chef because people gave him the green light to be able to take the shots that he shoot, and he shot them with confidence, and he started hitting them, even all the way from college to the pros. Mark Jackson gave him that look. Mark Jackson gave him that look.
Mark, I agree with that, Ma, but Steph changed the NBA. I think more than any other player over the last 10 years, Steph Curry has had more. I think Steph's even had a bigger impact on the NBA than LeBron, not globally, not about the money, but I'm saying it's the style of basketball. Steph over the last 10 years.
More so than anybody except Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, Steph changed the league. Steph made the league go outside in versus inside out.
Yeah, he changed it. He changed it. But I agree with you as far as in the last 10 years, but he wasn't more influential than Jordan. Wasn't more influential than AI.
Jordan they was great players, Mom. We talking about changing the game, changing the way it's played, changing the rules. Jordan didn't change the way the game was played.
Really?
Yeah.
No, he didn't change the way the game was played.
No, he didn't.
What?
No, they didn't stop. They didn't stop.
Okay.
They played bully basketball through Jordan's retirement. The only reason why they stopped playing bully basketball was because of the malice in the power.
They made the lane wider.
Everybody and their mama start trying to play like you had everybody was being called Baby Jordan. Everybody was trying to play like MJ. That's why you had the commercial. Hold up. That's why you had the branding statements like Mike. I want to be like Mike. Literally, everybody was trying to be like Mike.
But that don't mean he changed the game. That just means people wanted to play like him.
Yeah,
if they wanted to play like him, Tate, then that means he changed.
I'm talking about the rules. I'm talking about the way you play the game. Steph Curry got cats shooting logo threes. Cats was dunking way before Michael Jordan.
Yeah, matter of fact, Jordan. People wanted to be like Jordan, but the rules did not change for Jordan. They played bully basketball.
Wilt Chamberlain, they widened the lane. They came up with the goaltend, all kind of stuff. They changed the game.
Yes, Steph changed basketball. When they saw guys to be able to shoot the way Steph, because now every short guard that's out there that's got skills makes it to the league. Before then, it was hard for a 6'3" guard to be a shooting guard in the NBA. And Steph changed all of that.
And I'd say LeBron made the game where it was, drive the ball and 4 out with the stretch forward, Chris Bosh.
Yeah. LeBron's issue, like you said, he switched it up and made it to where dribble penetration was like that thing. And like you said, now you got to have 4s and 5s that can shoot 3s. Right. But as far as but the game is concerned, Steph made it to where 6'3" guards play in the league.
I want to ask a question real quick. Let me ask while Mod faded out for a second. But one question, we started talking this with Damian earlier, and LaRon. Is Reggie Miller a top 20 player all time?
No.
Thank you.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's an all-time great. He deserves to be on the 75 list, in my opinion, but he's not a top 20 all-time player.
Okay, so let me finish because there's two things that you have to understand. One of them, this is what I was about to say. Damien took that from me. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Lamar even said the same thing. He's like, they tripping. You need to understand. Michael changed the game, right? Michael changed the game. They played the
same rules.
Definitely changed the game. And then when it comes back down to it, my second person, AI changed the game. For AI, you didn't see nobody wearing tats. You didn't see nobody.
That's not changing the game. It's changing the culture, man. We talk about the rules of basketball.
Right.
AI didn't change that.
They didn't take hand checking out of the NBA until the Malice in the Palace. That's when the rules changed. When they had that big fight in Detroit, which I happened to be there when it went down. I was at the Malice in the Palace. The game changed completely. When Indiana fought Detroit, they stopped all that hand checking. They stopped all them rough rules. They stopped all that fighting. They stopped all that bully basketball. It was over with after that point. Jordan played through hand check rules from the time he jumped in the league from 85 all the way to 99.
The hand check rule, 2004-2005 season. Mike was
Malice in the Palace.
Adios amigos.
Right, the Malice in the Palace.
And you saying AI changed the culture of the game. You could have a hip hop culture. You could wear tattoos. You could wear cornrows. We talking about the rules of basketball.
Yeah.
What rules?
Tell me this.
The way you play defense, the 3-point shot,
all he changed was that everybody started taking the 3. That's all he changed.
That's not what. No, wrong answer.
That's all he changed. What rule changed because of?
I'm going to tell you, they implemented zone basketball in the NBA because of Steph Curry. You was not allowed to play zone basketball before Steph. With Steph Curry, zone basketball became a rule. They did not have that in the NBA. You could play 2-3, 1-3-1,
Listen,
a chaser on Steph and put 4 in the box. You couldn't play that prior to Steph Curry. With Steph Curry, you could play zone basketball.
I agree that Steph changed the game in for the last 10 years. But I won't just nullify AI, and I won't nullify Jordan and say that he changed it more than them. Absolutely not.
They changed the culture. I agree 100%. They changed the culture, but they didn't change the rules.
I can't go that far.
The rules were changed with 2 players, Wilt Chamberlain and Steph Curry. Those are the 2 guys that changed the rules of basketball, but by the way that they played. And everybody think about it. Wilt came in the game. Everybody wanted a dominant post player. You had the NBA looking for a dominant post player from the time Wilt played in the 70s all the way through the 2000s with Shaquille O'Neal, right? Then the NBA, now you're looking for a 6'3" guard that can shoot the lights out. He's open when he crosses half court. That's Steph's game. How many duplications do they have of Steph? Damian Lillard. I can run down the list of guys that are Steph Curry part 2s, part 3s, part 4s, part 5s, because they want a guy open as soon as he crosses half court. That's how bad basketball.
Trae Young trying to do it.
Yes. They want duplications of Steph. Steph changed basketball completely.
Lamar Thomas
the
said
game will
Mike definitely changed the game. X said that he feels like Charles Barkley changed the rules.
No.
Damon said Jordan changed the strategy of the game like Steph. Agreed. He did.
What strategy?
Nothing.
Man, think about it. Think about this. When you came to play Michael Jordan, you wasn't just double teaming him. You were triple teaming him. Your team was paying real close attention to what Michael was doing. Heck, at some point, he was the whole team jumping up in the air trying to block Michael Jordan.
They triple team Wilt Chamberlain. They triple team Dominique Wilkins. They triple team Julius Erving. They triple team Moses Malone.
You were not seeing whole teams pay attention to one man like they did. Come on.
Mike was the most dominant.
You pipe dreaming, man.
Mike was the most dominant, which required a lot of defensive attention. But you didn't change the way you played. You just jumping the ball.
Oh man, the Detroit Pistons had a whole system called the Jordan rules. Of course they did.
How they played Jordan, how he was physical with him, but that's not saying, oh, the rules say you can play zone now. Steph Curry, man, so you say, oh, you can play zone now. Wilt Chamberlain said, we gotta widen the lane because you're too big to be in the lane. You can't go 10, Wilt. They changed the rules.
Yes. Yep, they changed basketball.
But y'all ain't even. But you're not even. That's the part. You're not even mentioning Wilt. This is the first time you're mentioning Wilt Chamberlain to support an argument.
Steph is
not the only person that changed the game in the NBA. You're saying, Steph is
Steph and
no,
Wilt.
he's not.
Steph and Wilt. There's nobody else.
Jordan is better than both Steph and Wilt, but they style of game made the rules in the game change. Let's move on, man.
Yeah, Wilt, come on, man. Wow.
Listen, and you don't include Mike and AI on that list. I don't understand how we don't include Mike and AI.
I don't know how you include AI. Culturally, it's not talking to the rules of the game.
Yeah, AI. As a matter of fact, AI wasn't the first guy. The first guy, as far as culture change, was them Fabulous Five. The Fabulous Five are Chris Webber, Juwan Howard, Jalen Rose, Jimmy King, and Ray Jackson changed basketball as far as introducing the hip-hop culture into the NBA, because when they went to the league, the culture went to the league. The over baggy uniforms, the all black socks, the all black shoes. It was the Five that did it way before Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson.
It wasn't way before. It wasn't.
And also Tats. Let's get it twisted about you talking about Allen Iverson. Tats was introduced in the NBA by Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was fined $50,000 by. Go look it up. Go do your research before you bump. Dennis Rodman was charged $50,000 every game by the commissioner of the NBA for wearing tattoos. And finally, he said, I'm going to stop fining you because you keep getting new tattoos. Rodman had tattoos way before anybody else.
Come on. We'll talk about that one later. Come on, man. And
you better do your research.
That was definitely an AI thing. Lamar Thomas said they wasn't triple teaming Dominique. They said they definitely wasn't triple teaming Dominique, is what Lamar Thomas said.
Triple teaming and double teaming somebody ain't a rule change. You've always been allowed to double team somebody. You always been allowed to double team somebody.
Facts. Definitely, I still feel as if, and this is before we actually move in, because we have a couple more subjects we need to get to, like the biting of the ear in a fight. We saw that again. We need to talk about that. But as far as the NBA series that we are seeing right now, I just want to say we're probably witnessing greatness. This is a dogfight. It's been a dogfight. And once again, if you will go back, you got our predictions. Tate said the Celtics in 6. I said the Celtics in 7. G said the dub in 7.
I want y'all to know that I really would right today go with the Celtics in 7, but I'm just sticking to my original take because it's good still. But I can see the Celtics in 7, though. But I'm just sticking with my original take.
I mean, your original take was solid. I like it. I definitely like it. So as far as we started out the show, G was talking about baseball. He was talking about his Phillies. He was happy about his Phillies. We all know where Tate stands, and Tate had an interesting take about his squad. I would love for you to share that with our listeners because I think they need to hear it. Because I would absolutely agree with you when you were talking about the bullpen.
Oh man, talking about the Cincinnati Reds. That's my team, man. I mean, they started the season, lost 22 out their first 25, and they've been playing good since May the 7th. Man, they probably playing a little better than 500 baseball. And we got a good young pitching staff. You got Hunter Green. I've talked about him on here before. You got Nick Lodolo. He's hurt, but he's a nice left-hander. You got the kid Graham Ashcraft. He got a no decision today, but he's won every game he's been in, like 4 games. They brought him up, pitching real good. And you got Luis Castillo and Tyler Malley. So the Reds have a good starting pitching staff, great starting pitching staff, but they bullpen. They give up everything every time, man. They was playing who they played today, the St. Louis Cardinals, just yesterday. They was up 4-3 in the 9th inning, 2 outs. 4-3, 9th inning, 2 outs. Need 1 out.
Can't close it.
Closer come in, walk somebody, next pitch, give up a home run. Walk off.
Can't close it.
5-4, the Reds lose.
Right.
They won today. I stopped watching because we came on the podcast. They won 7-6. But again, they was up 4-3 in the 6th inning, and they win 7-6. They had to struggle to win, man, because they don't have anybody that can close the game. So
why do you think their bullpen is so weak? Is it that they've lost some people throughout the years? Why would you say that?
It was weak last year. It was terrible. They got a terrible bullpen, man. They need to get some young arms, identify some roles. The Reds manager, David Bell, he goes with high leverage situations. So I'm a proponent of a number 1 closer. Like you bring that, like Mariano Rivera. Correct. You bring that guy in to close the game down. David Rivera go with a lot of analytics, a lot of matchups, a lot of, okay, if my pitcher can get me 18 outs, my starting pitcher give me 18 outs, then I'm going to use like 2 or 3 different relief pitchers to end the game instead of just, letting your starter go long as he can and then bring in that closer in the 8th, 9th inning just to get it done. Yeah. And I would be more apt to do that even more now because of the rule in the DH in both leagues. The pitcher don't even got a bat. So It's not even liability on offense anymore.
Correct. I don't understand his analytics either, man. And I got a little further take about pitching in baseball. Pitching in baseball is developed by your minor league teams. You have to develop pitching in AA, AAA, and single A baseball. You have to develop pitching in there. And I think that the Reds as an organization has struggled for years to bring players up that become legitimate, not superstars, not aces, but bullpen pitchers that you can bring in, like you said, bottom of the 8th, top of the 9th. You bring this guy in, I need 6 pitches, dude. I need 9 pitches, and I need you to throw fire. You need to throw 95 to 100, 9 straight up the gut. And I need you to throw fire. Let's close this sucker out and get on out with this win. And I think that's developed in minor leagues. And I think they struggle. There's a lot. My Phillies struggle in minor leagues in developing pitching. So, and I think that's why you see the good teams be the great teams because they develop those bullpens from the minor league.
The Reds got a good pitching coach. I think it's David Johnson is his name.
Yeah,
his last name is Johnson. Great pitching coach. Got them young starters ready, but they've made moves. They got a lot of good young talent coming up at positional positions. The only thing the Reds is lacking truly is the bullpen.
And I totally agree. And I agree with G on how that's made. It's through your farm system. You got to have arms that are not starting pitchers, but can come in and get you 6 outs. That's what you need. I need you to come in here and close. Give me 6 to 10 outs, and me and you we're good. We're Gucci. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have that in that system, and I don't know, man. I'm looking at like the Braves. I'm looking at my Braves, and it's crazy. I mean, if it wasn't for, away we suck right now. I mean, we can't win a game away. We're horrible. I mean, but 34. I think we got 34 wins when in the second place in our division. But we're right there in the thick of things with everybody else, with like the Brewers.
The Braves done won 11 straight. They're the hottest team in baseball. If it wasn't for the Phillies 9 straight, the Braves would be
we're still behind.
People.
The 37 wins is where what's the team that's ahead right now? It's not
the Mets.
It's the Mets. Yeah, they won 37 games.
The Mets, outside of the Dodgers, might be the best team in baseball.
The Braves is five back of the Mets. The Yankees are the best team in baseball.
Yeah, but
what I feel like we're witnessing, the reason why, one of the reasons why I couldn't wait to get here to talk about baseball was, man, Shoney, bro. Like, are we witnessing, bro? Like,
he set us up, Big G.
Are we witnessing greatness with Shoney,
man?
He let me talk about the Reds and everything so he can ease Shoney in here.
Man, Shoney, bro. Listen, the man just went through a 94 mile an hour fastball, came back out the next inning and hit a homer. I mean, bro, like that's phenomenal. I mean, he's doing it. He got 14 dingers already this season. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's doing it. His on-base percentage is ridiculous. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Man, are we witnessing great? Are we seeing the next great legend in baseball? Are we watching it in front of our eyes? I mean, I asked the question earlier, and Tate was like, but I got to ask it again, Tate. Are we witnessing greatness, bro?
He had a good couple seasons here, man. But, I mean, for everything you said he done, he got 14 homers, and he pitched a good game. That snapped a 14-game losing streak. I mean, to me, if you're going to consider it up there, you got to lead your team to victories, man.
Yeah.
In whatever the sport is. We talk about baseball right now, but in whatever the sport is, it's empty numbers otherwise.
Right. Is he a top 10 player in the Major League Baseball right now?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. You think he's top 10? Is he top 5 in Major League Baseball right now?
I can think of 5 players I'd take over him.
He's definitely top 10.
Let's keep going. Yeah.
He's definitely
I'll give you top 10. He ain't the best player on his team. Mike Trout is.
Correct. Mike Trout is the best player on his team.
Mike Trout's the killer. But I mean, I'm just trying to tell you, man, the pitching and I mean, he's doing it both, man. I like what he's doing, man. I'm really excited about it. I think we're witnessing greatness, and also we're witnessing something that Dion is doing down there at Jackson State, man. Wow, Dion and his son. And the recruit that he got from this year, I forget his name. What's his name? Or Tate, what's his name? The starting DB that he got.
He was the number 2 overall recruit in the country. He should have been ranked number 1. The only reason why he dropped to number 2 was because he chose to go to Jackson State, but he was severely recruited by the University of Alabama and Texas A&M University. I can't call the kid's name.
Travis Hunter.
But he was number 1 all year, the number 1 recruit in the country all year, until he verbally came out and said that he was going to Jackson State, and then he moved to number 2. But he was heavily recruited. When I'm telling you, they was talking about backing up the Brinks truck in Alabama and in College Station to get that kid, it was a done deal. But he chose to go with Prime.
And I'm going to tell you, listen, honestly, them being on the cover of Sports Illustrated, I thought was phenomenal. But I think the bigger story for me was hearing, like I said, and I'd mentioned this a couple weeks back. If you guys have never went to a HBCU homecoming, you missing out. KnoItAllz watchers, if you ain't never been to a HBCU, I don't care what color you are. If you go to a HBCU homecoming game, it will throw your mind. It's something like you've never seen before.
Where you been? Which ones you been to?
Prairie View. I went to Prairie View at least, I think twice. I went to the Prairie View once when I was just coming out of high school, and once probably like 2-3 years out of high school. I went to go see.
I've been to Hampton and Howard's homecoming game. I've been to at least 3 Central States homecoming games. But the biggest one that I don't like, even the homecoming, is the Circle City Classic that I've been to at least 3 times, because that in itself is like the ultimate dragon homecoming bang. I think the only game that might be bigger outside of the Circle City Classic is the game of Grambling and Southern.
That's not a homecoming game. That's like, I mean, so you don't get the college atmosphere, right? You there. It used to be the RCA Dome. Now it's is it the Hoosier Dome?
Yeah, I think it is.
So it's not the like I've been to a couple Central State, and those stand out to me more because I was at college age then. Like Lamar in here, he was going to Central State at that time. I was going down there to hang out and kick it with him back then. Yeah. And since I live here in the DC area, like when I got here in like 05, I went to the early years I was here. I went to some Howard University homecomings, and then was off the hook. But I was like early 30s then, you know what I mean? So I really wasn't, it really didn't have the same impact on me. But there's a lot of stuff that goes around that weekend too. At the homecoming is Congressional Black Caucus weekend.
Concerts, concerts,
all kinds of stuff.
You have all kinds of stuff, parties. And the reason why I say that, man, is that's what swayed Travis Hunter. He went to Jackson State's homecoming game, and he saw the stands packed. He saw the band playing contemporary music. He saw everybody rocking, and it blew him away. And then, of course, he saw Prime as his coach. He saw an opportunity to work with the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At his position.
At his position, yeah.
Yeah, so, this kid legitimately could still be going to a HBCU, a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. I mean, he's really that good.
He will be.
But Deion's son is going to get an opportunity maybe this next year. And Deion's son, I'm calling it now. You always say I give y'all hot takes. Prime son could be a top 5 quarterback picked in the NFL draft next year. You heard it here first. Prime son could be a top 5 quarterback. I'm telling you, that kid is really that good. I done watched him play. He can throw. He can run. He's fast. He's strong. He's a very good collegiate quarterback. He could really be. It's going to depend on what goes on at the combine, and if he gets a legitimate shot, because people don't downsize him because he plays at a smaller university. But Deion's son was a top recruited quarterback out of high school. He just chose to follow his dad down to Jackson State. But everybody and their mom wanted him.
He signed an NIL deal with Tom Brady.
Yeah. Prime son is a dog. He's not no scrub. So I'm telling y'all, Prime son's probably gonna be a top 5.
So is that who you pick? Is that who you pick for your dark horse next year?
For
quarterback.
What do you mean?
Quarterback.
He's a top 5. He's a top 5 NFL draft pick quarterback. He won't go in front of
top 5 quarterback or top 5 pick.
He's a top 5 quarterback going.
Okay.
Yeah, going.
That makes
he's
a
a top 5. When the draft goes down, I think Deion Sanders' son will get an opportunity to be a top 5. And the first 5 quarterbacks, his name's going to get thrown.
Can he go back to home to Dallas and get that cut?
I don't know about that. But I think he's legit right now. If he went now, if the draft started, he's a legit 2nd or 3rd round pick.
I might would agree with that. I think my dark horse next year, Kendall Browse, got that boy playing. He could throw the ball. He was hurt this year, but he was serviceable. And that's the kid down in Arkansas, quarterback that's coming back at Arkansas.
Hello. KJ Hellum. That's his
Jefferson.
KJ
Jefferson.
Yeah, KJ Jefferson.
Youngster was hurt, but he could throw the ball, and he's learning that offense. And I think he's my dark horse as far as quarterback is concerned.
He Cam Newton big.
Yeah, that's a big youngster. It's a big youngster. So if I have a dark horse at quarterback, it would be him. And like I said, I was listening to a podcast, and Kendall Browse was saying, man, he's really came a long way, and he's really picking up that offense really, really well. Really, really well. All right, so, man, we came to the part of the show where it's our parting shots. I'm going to definitely start with G, man. Give me your parting shot for this week.
Man, to all our KnoItAllz fans, I got to kick the realness to Mod, bro. Bro, I'm here to tell you today on June 12th, 2022 at 7:20 p.m. that the Dallas Cowboys are going to finish second in the NFC East behind the Philadelphia Eagles. And that Ezekiel Elliott, as you was calling Draymond Green, washed. Ezekiel Elliott is washed. They might as well get the scrub tub and everything out to start rubbing him up and down on that scrub tub, because it's already over with for Ezekiel Elliott. And the Dallas Cowboys is going to finish second in the NFC East. Today, I'm calling it.
Okay. You know, I love how my Cowboys is on your mind. I love how they always stay on your mind. We hadn't mentioned them the whole show till you did. Tate, what's your parting shot, man? Give me your parting shot.
Man, I'm just happy, man. Breaking news earlier today is that the Senate done worked out a deal on gun control. They're gonna bring it to the floor tomorrow, it sounds like. It's 9 different points. I'm not gonna bother going through them all. I don't necessarily think it's enough, but it's something. So, you know, in the political environment where not a lot ever gets done, we gotta just be glad something's getting done, and we can maybe, you know, expound and move on from that as we go ahead in the future. But something's getting done, so that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. Definitely good thing. And thanks for pointing that out, because we're not all about sports here. We're definitely about the culture. Damian said, I agree with Big G parting shot. Of course you would. You're an Eagle fan. And I mean, that's something that I would not expect you to say anything other. I'm going to resist the temptation to come back and to snap back. I will say definitely, and with Big G, because Big G, I don't know why you always have these takes on my cow. It's like you're obsessed. You are a repressed Cowboy fan. It just really, you are really a repressed Cowboy fan. Did we hurt your feelings early when we were beating the Steelers? What's wrong with you, man?
No,
you know, I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway.
The issue is I don't want to have to walk my brother off the ledge and keep him off suicide watch, because what the know-it-all fans don't know is when the Cowboys lose, Ma goes into a hole. And so I really ain't trying to hear for that right now. I just want to give him an opportunity to become real, to really think about what's happening with him and be real about his team. Because I know about the Steelers, we're being real. We're optimistic, but we really don't, you know, we know what time it is. But we know that Tomlin ain't going to let us go less than 9-8. We know that. We know that for sure.
But Big G, I'd even argue right now, the Steelers got an overall better roster. The only question is the quarterback.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Better roster than who?
The Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. One to 53.
Why are we even comparing?
Well, you just said that
had the better winning percentage.
The Cowboys beat the Steelers and hurt your feelings.
Listen.
Yeah, they ain't never hurt my feelings.
And I'm looking at the all-time series record. The Cowboys is up 17-16, but it's 16-14 in regular season, which means the Steelers is 2-1 in the Super Bowl against y'all. And we know Neil O'Donnell gave one away. It should be 3-0.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, if for the fifth, everybody in the world be drunk. But like I said before, man, and listen, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be the big man. I'm not even gonna go into the Cowboy. I'm not even finna go into my Cowboy rant, because really it makes no sense talking to somebody who just hates my team. But what I am gonna do with my parting shot is I'm gonna say again, you guys, make sure that you are sharing. If you like and you're watching the content, please make sure that you're sharing it with somebody who likes sports and appreciates sports. Man, we take our Sunday afternoons to do this with you guys. We love it. We definitely have fun just talking sports with you guys. But man, everyone else, we ask you to make sure you like, subscribe, you share, like, subscribe, and share, because definitely there's some information here, not just on the sports that we talk about, but I mean, we have several different episodes where we've talked about culture. We've talked about certain things other than sports to kind of bring awareness, and we just want you guys to continue to rock with us, man. So make sure you like and subscribe us. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, so that when we do go live, you will be there to catch it. But just share with your friends, let them know that the know-it-alls are definitely in and we are talking about the sports that we know and love, because why? We know it all. Definitely we do. And for myself, for G, and for Tate, man, we just ask y'all to have a safe rest of your week, because it started boys in the hood is always hard. You don't know nothing about that. We out of here, man. Peace.